Hello there, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and I'm back with Yousei, the third and, I assume, final game in this trilogy of mystery visual novels, being Jisei, Kansei, and then Yousei. Yeah, this is maybe it. We'll find out. Let's start a game. Actually, it looks like we might finally learn something about Kangai. Actually, speaking along that, what do we know about our character, Kangai, already? Okay. Based on something Gursky said in the last game, I think his name is Alex, because Gursky said Alex at one point. So I think his name is Alex. We know that he had a sister who was murdered, then they never found the murderer, and at that point, Kangai just kind of ran away. He has a Kansei, which allows him to see or feel the deaths. Maybe not necessarily feel. Maybe a little bit of both. Feel the deaths, the final moments of people who died, if he touches their corpse. And yeah, these are symbols. That's preferences. That is save. Yep, that's... No! It's not what I want to do. That is...
Okay, I guess. Still a little tired.
That is God knows what. That is load. Quick save. So that's probably load. Okay. That's alright. Anyway. We don't know a whole lot about Kangai yet. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to learn right now. Even though I accidentally already did it. Hey, how are you feeling?
Okay, I guess. Still a little tired.
Do you want to come downstairs and eat? What's wrong?
I don't think I can be around the others right now.
Too loud for you?
No, it's nothing.
I know that tone of voice. It's not nothing. You can tell me.
You'll think I'm crazy.
Ha. I already know you're crazy.
You think so?
Whoa. This is really serious. What's wrong?
This morning at breakfast, John lied when he said he did his homework already.
What?
And Lily said she came back before curfew, but she didn't.
Well, that was pretty obvious, but...
No, you don't get it. It's been happening to me all day. Every time someone lies, my head starts throbbing. It's like a headache.
That sounds familiar. Are you sure? Maybe your body is just rejecting the transfusion.
I'm sure. It only starts hurting when someone lies. I told you you think I'm crazy.
And I can talk to dead people, so... I don't think you're crazy. I think you're tired.
I'm scared. I don't know why this is happening.
Hey, it might not be anything.
Maybe.
I can stay here with you if you like.
No, it's okay. I don't want you to worry about me.
Don't be silly. I'm your big brother. I'll always worry about you until the day you die. For a few frantic seconds, I slammed my head desperately against the snooze button on my alarm clock. When the ringing doesn't stop, I force open an eye. A slim phone is vibrating slowly across the end table. Whose phone is that? Oh, right. Mine. When did I get a phone? I reach out a hand just in time to catch it as it slips from the edge of the table, still ringing cheerily. I clumsily tap at the screen until the ringing finally stops. With a moan, I hold the phone to my ear. I meant to say hello, but the words must have gotten lost somewhere on the journey between my brain and my mouth.
Kangai! Good morning!
Marissa's chipper voice contains not even a single trace of irony. Good?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you?
No, this is how I always answer the phone. Sounds good to me. Oh hey, a complete sentence. I guess sarcasm is a reflex.
Well, I looked into what you asked me about.
I asked her about something? I review recent events, trying to remember what we even spoke about. Let's see. Last week, when I first got to Edgewater and tripped over that dead body in the coffee shop, I found the killer, but after that I fell in with Aki and her crew of, actually, I'm not sure what to call them. Government agents, according to Aki. Prisoners, according to their handler, Detective Gursky. Probably both. And that's when the real trouble started. We all wound up investigating the murder of William Otten, corporate CEO, and a generally unlikable fellow. Marissa was reported trying to uncover some of his secret dealings at the time. And then...
Kangai? Did you hear me?
Huh? Sorry, what?
I said I couldn't find out much about that man you asked me about. Xinguang?
Oh, right. Before he passed away, William Otten was involved in some sort of secret dealings with a business partner, Shen Guan.
Shen seems to have disappeared completely, but it looks like he and William went to grad school together at the University of Edgewater. Their research project was shut down after it killed half of their test subjects. You might want to talk to Dr. Johansson about him.
Who?
He was in charge of their research project before it shut down. He's been traveling around the world lecturing, but he's scheduled to return to Edgewater today.
Well, ain't that a lucky coincidence?
I'm out of town on an assignment right now, but you could stop by the university and see what he knows. He's leaving tomorrow, so...
Yeah, I got it. Thanks, Marissa.
Keep me in the loop, okay?
Sure. I hang up and toss the phone back at the end table. It bounces off the side and lands on the ground with a soft thump. Yay. Now back to sleep.
Who was that?
Aki appears in the doorway, looking as energetic as always. I will never understand morning people. I can sympathize with you completely, Kangai. Mornings suck. Especially those really early mornings when you have to go to work. Everyone else wants to talk, and you're just like, don't talk to me. I'm tired, it's early, leave me alone. Yeah, I don't like mornings.
I heard you on the phone.
Huh? Oh, Marissa. Something about Mr. Otten's old research boss. He's back in town, apparently. She said we should head down to the University of Edgewater to go talk to him. Today.
Short deadline. I'll have to make a call.
About what?
Just getting a few things in place. We'll have to move fast if we want to go today.
Moving fast is not my idea of a good time. I can still hear the couch calling my name. Aki pauses for a moment and glances down the hallway.
Do me a favor?
What's up?
Wake up Lee Mei.
She points to a door at the end of the hallway.
Just knock on her closet door 3 times. That should do it.
Yay, Lee Mei, here I come. Okay. I sit up with a heavy sigh and stretch. I guess if I have to be awake, Lee Mei should be too.
Oh, and do it quietly. She doesn't respond well to surprises.
Oh crap. Something about Aki's tone sounds like she's not giving me the full story. Big surprise. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I shuffle down the hallway, and thick carpet muffles the sound of my footsteps. Behind me, Aki dials a number on her phone.
Aki Mizutani reporting for duty. Yep. No, we've got a lead on the Otten case.
She heads into the kitchen, and the sound of her voice fades. I stand outside Lee Mei's door for a moment. Aki said to knock on the closet door. Is it really okay to just walk in? I knock softly on the door, but there's no response. Slowly, I turn the knob and push the door open. It swings in with a high-pitched squeak. Lee Mei? No response. Across the room, I can see Lee Mei's sleeping form buried under a pile of blankets. I rap on the closet door 3 times, quietly. No response. Again, I knock on the door, this time putting more force into it.
Yes.
Whoa. Lee Mei's muffled voice sounds from inside the closet. Yeah, she sleeps in the closet. Okay. Are you?
I am awake.
No, are you in the closet?
Yes?
Okay.
I will be ready presently. Please wait outside.
Right, sure. I duck out of the room, shutting the door behind me. The click shut with another squeal of protest. With a sigh, I lean against the wall and blink slowly. I'm still not fully awake, but I'm awake enough to be confused. I can hear Li Mei moving around her room with swift, precise footsteps against the thin carpet. The door swings open, and she glides into the hallway smoothly as if she were skating across ice.
Good morning, Kongai.
Good morning, Li Mei. Nice skull. Morning. I'm not sure if I should ask her about the closet thing or not. I guess it's probably best left unasked for now. Li Mei stares at me curiously for a moment, before deciding that it's not worth the effort to ask me anything. Follow her down the hallway to find Aki and Naoki crowded around the computer.
It's less time than I'd like, but we'll have to make do.
What about Li Mei?
I don't know if we can get her to pass for a student like us, but we can't leave her here. It's not safe.
What's not safe? The twins spin around to face me, guilty smiles on their faces.
Plenty of things. Tornado chasing, spelunking, and juggling knives, to name a few, but nothing you have to worry about.
Fair enough. Your assurances make me feel safer already. And since when were you students? Aki taps the monitor with a knuckle. An email is displayed on the screen. I glance over it quickly and read out the subject line. You're invited to experience college life with our dorm buddy program. Is this what I think it is?
That largely depends on what you think it is, but I'd say you're probably right.
We're enrolled in a high school student program. We're gonna spend the night at the University of Edgewater.
Yeah, that's where the next murder's gonna be, I take it? Don't you have to be accepted into the school before they let you wander around and sleep there? Aki flashes her trademark grin at me.
Turns out calling the right people can get your name to appear in their database. Who knew?
Who knew it all? And it entertains me that you two are wearing the same shirt, just reversed. I know you guys are wearing always the same everything, but... Right. You, I'm guessing.
If we want to talk to Dr. Johansson, it's best not to arouse any suspicions.
Therefore, we're going undercover. We'll be able to ask all the questions we want.
As long as they're questions students would be asking. Including questions about age-old research that we're not supposed to know about? Exactly! Kongai and I, we have a good mind right now. We're in sync. That's not suspicious.
We'll figure that part out when we get there.
We're scheduled to meet our campus guide in an hour.
Which means we have to go now.
Yay. I let out a long and mournful sigh. So much for going back to sleep. I guessed as much. I'll get my bag. I grab my backpack from the floor and head to the cramped laundry room in the back of the apartment. Naoki was nice enough to add my meager collection of clothes to the group laundry, but he hasn't gotten around to my shirts yet. Guess this one will have to do. I snatch a handful of clothing from the pile of neatly folded clothes sitting on top of the dryer. A quick stop at the bathroom for a toothbrush and I'm ready to go. Back in the main room, I find the twins outfitting each other with glasses. Li Mei watches with only the mildest of interest. What are you wearing?
Glasses?
Yeah, I meant why. It's not supposed to be a disguise, is it?
Of course it is. What do you think? Does it say mild-mannered reporter to you?
It says, I picked this up at the dollar store. I don't have to wear any, do I?
Not if you don't want to.
But it's more fun this way, don't you think?
Oh man. These guys are my friends now. But... sure, why not? It'll be a party. I shrug.
Excellent!
Aki hands me a pair of dark frames and I try them on. So?
They make you look smart.
I am smart. I'm going to ignore the implication. Implication? I'm going to ignore the implication of that statement. Aki's only response is a teasing smile.
So, are you ready to go?
Sure. Just please let me sleep in the car. We arrive at the University of Edgewater campus just as the bell in the clock tower strikes 10.
Right on time.
Chipper guy. An overly enthusiastic college boy rushes out to meet us with his arms open wide. He greets Aki and Naoki with hearty handshakes.
So glad you all could make it.
You are so happy, aren't you?
Glad to be here. It's great to meet you.
You guys are a great couple. Yeah, I can see it. Aki mirrors the guy's posture and smiles effortlessly. He beams, pleased to have met a kindred spirit. Yes. Wait. You don't quite fold your arms the same way. It'll never work out between you. That's some serious stuff right there. Smooth. Naoki, in turn, offers a small, shy wave.
You must be Haru, and I hope I'm saying this right. Kizaki?
Got it in one.
Haru and Kizaki? I throw Aki a questioning look.
Our real names are off limits in public.
Why didn't you tell me this on the ride here, or was I sleeping? Aki responds, using her kansei to speak directly into my mind. I should have figured they wouldn't be allowed to use their real names. On our last adventure together, I learned that they used to make a living as con artists. Back before they started doing whatever you call this. No doubt, a search of their names would reveal them to be on a less than savory side of the law. Our college guide turns towards Lee Mei and me to offer the same outpouring of unbridled energy. Lee Mei calmly sidesteps his outstretched hand, leaving me to bear the brunt of his enthusiasm.
Congai, right? My name is Sean Tassie, and I'm your student liaison.
Sean pumps my hand vigorously. I try to match his smile the way Aki did, but it doesn't feel right at all. Hey, nice to meet you. Aki and Naoki both grimace.
You're terrible at this.
Shut up! I attempt to shoot a glare in her direction without Sean noticing, but it proves to be more difficult than I had hoped. Sean is polite enough to ignore my facial contortions, opting instead to fan out a stack of plastic cards.
Here are your visitor badges.
He hands one to each of us, like a doting grandmother measuring out candy to children on Halloween.
These will get you into the dorm building where you're staying. There are also 3 meals encoded onto the magnetic strip. Just swipe them at the cafeteria for a meal.
Well, that's handy. I inspect the card in my hand. It's got my likeness printed on front alongside the name Kongai Alexander. That's weird. Aki chose the name Kongai for me because I didn't want to tell her my real name. So how did she know about Alexander? Unless the person she called this morning knows something. Gursky! Sean interrupts my thoughts with more of his cheerful directions.
Now, if you'll follow me this way, I'll take you to the dorm so you can drop your stuff off.
Sean takes off in a speed walk across the campus, and the rest of us follow as quickly as we can manage. As he walks, Sean points out various landmarks on the campus.
Main cafeteria is over that way in the University Center. Opens at 7 a.m., closes at midnight.
Is this going to be a huge investigation scene like this entire campus? Oh god. He points down a winding path.
Biology lab in that direction. Since you're all listed as potential bio majors, you'll get a tour there later. But you gotta be careful. They say the walls are radioactive.
What?
Sean laughs at Naoki's reaction.
No need to worry. I've been taking classes there for 4 years, and I haven't mutated yet.
Are you sure? Yes, because that's comforting. Sean halts suddenly and spins around.
Almost forgot. Our illustrious bell tower is there.
He points at the tall structure looming over the campus.
The bell tower is the only building still part of the original campus. Originally, it was meant as a warning signal in case of flood. These days, it just tells the time. It's all automated now, but back in the day, freshmen were required to ring it every hour.
freshman, of course.
If you didn't show up for your shift, you wouldn't graduate.
Harsh. He turns on his heel and marches down the cobblestone pathway that leads away from the tower.
Makes you guys the lucky ones. I had a 4 a.m. shift on the same day as an 8 a.m. class. It was killer.
Sounds like it.
Anyway, here we are.
He throws his arms open wide and proudly presents to us a brick building that looks like it's seen better days. Sean points to the card reader by the entrance.
All you have to do to get in is wave your card over the reader. Go ahead and give it a go.
Aki steps up and places her card against the tiny black box. It beeps cheerfully, and the lock clicks open. Sean holds the door open for us as we all trek inside. The first floor is fairly empty. I guess everyone is in class right now.
Okay, Kizaki and Kangai will be in room 103 in the first hallway. The girls' hall is over this way. Your dorm buddy isn't in right now, so I'll get you two set up.
He motions for Aki and Lee Mei to follow him, and the three disappear down the hallway. Naoki and I stare at each other for a moment. So, just go in then?
I think so.
Are your missions always this vague? I slide my keycard into the card reader mounted on room 103's door. Honestly, I'm not sure what we're even... A bright flash of light blinds us as soon as the door swings open. Naoki flinches and takes a step back.
Click, click.
Oh god. As my pupils readjust themselves to the light, I finally make out the outline of a guy holding a camera. Hi. We're here for the high school student something or other. Excuse me. The guy taps his camera and snaps another picture of us.
Uh-huh, I know. You can come in.
Naoki and I enter hesitantly.
So, which one is which?
I'm Konkai, and he's Naoki. I'm Kongai.
Kizaki.
Kizaki. Whatever.
Cool, Aaron. Welcome to the command central of awesome.
What have we gotten ourselves into? Well, there's a new one. I assume that's not the official name.
No, it's the cool name.
He points to a couple of sleeping bags rolled up in the corner of the room.
Those are for you. You can unpack before we go to the lab.
Naoki and I kneel beside the sleeping bags and unpack our few belongings. Aaron hovers around us the entire time, snapping pictures at random.
Is there any reason you're taking all these pictures?
Aaron inspects his camera for a brief moment, as if he didn't even notice he was holding it.
'Cause I like it?
Oh, jeez. Naoki looks like he wants to say something else, but he remains silent. Is his camera gonna become an important part of this investigation? He's gonna either take pictures of something he wasn't supposed to take, or at least he's gonna catch someone in the act of something, or at least a clue somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should ask Aaron to stop. Well, Naoki's my buddy, so could you not take quite so many? I'm kind of uncomfortable with it. Aaron sticks his tongue out at me.
You'll get used to it eventually. Everyone does.
Jerk. Just try to take fewer if you can.
No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Naoki smiles gratefully at me and nods his head once. Well, that's all our stuff unpacked. What next?
Did Sean already show you around the campus?
A little bit.
A little bit. He pointed out all the buildings when we came here.
Just everybody's mimicking me.
Well, I can answer any other questions you might have.
He opens the door for us and we file out.
What about Haru and Lee Mei?
Naoki uses Aki's false name without hesitation. I wonder how often they use these identities.
Sean probably already took them. We'll meet them again at the bio building.
Okay.
Naoki sighs. He really doesn't look happy to be away from Aki. Aaron leads us down the path, and through the University of Edgewater's campus. He stops frequently to point out various buildings. Tell us about student tradition. Blah. He stops frequently to point out various buildings, tell us about student traditions, or share stories about the university's founders. Some of it is a rehash of Sean's tour, but most of it is new information. It's hard for me to keep up, but Naoki seems to be taking it all in without any problem. His Kansei of perfect memory seems awfully convenient right about now. That would be convenient anytime. I'd love to have photographic Kansei memory. I don't see many people around here. Holiday?
This isn't the main campus. The original school was built here, but the university expanded. Most of the other buildings are at the main campus about a mile away.
So this is just the small campus next door. Wow. He snaps another shot of us with his camera, but I don't think he even notices he's doing it.
Oh, they don't post many pictures of the main campus. The bell tower is all historic and junk, so they use it on all the newsletters.
As our tour draws to a close, Aaron leads us to a tall building paneled with glass. Actually, that sounds like my college campus with the clock tower. That was in like all the images because this is what the campus was. That's so you can recognize it. So I understand.
Time for science!
What is this place?
Grad student lab. Dr. Hansen's team works here.
Naoki and I trade glances. This could be our chance to talk to Dr. Johansson. Aaron waves his card over the small card reader at the building entrance and we file in after him. Aki and Lee Mei are waiting inside.
Oh, you're early.
Aaron snaps a few pictures of the girls in quick succession.
Yeah, and Sean said he had somewhere to be, so he dropped us off here.
Cool. Then you're with me now. Let's get going.
As Aaron leads us through the building, Aki slows her pace until we're walking side by side.
Split off from us and look for Dr. Johansson.
I frown at her.
Considering Otten's interest in you, he might be more willing to talk to you than a stranger.
Or he might be even less willing to talk to me.
Or he might be even less willing to talk to you.
Yes.
What up?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking aloud about how cool this is. He grins and snaps a photo of me. I don't think he's even aware he did it.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Aaron returns to his tour, unfazed by my outburst, and Aki returns to my side.
I know it's risky going alone, but it's our best bet. Now go. I'll make sure Aaron ignores you for as long as possible.
I nod once and duck into the side hallway as soon as Aaron turns around. The glowing fluorescent lights reflect off the polished white tile floor, giving the entire place a sterile, washed-out look. I scan the hallway, searching for any hint of where Dr. Johansson might be. This place looks familiar, but I'm not sure why. I hope I didn't see this in a horror movie somewhere. My guess right now is this is the hallway that Kongai was walking down on the SD card from Mr. Otten's safe. Come on, white walls. That looks like a security camera at the far end of the hall. On the top right. Yeah. This is probably the same hallway. Maybe that's supposed to be obvious at this point. But okay. If that's the case, I'm probably the first to go. That's what I get for separating from the rest of the group. I stroll down a horror hallway. I like that. Horror hallway. Trying hard not to look like a potential victim. What exactly am I worried about anyway? So far, I don't see any signs labeled, "This way to secret evil genetic experiments." A door in front of me swings open, and with all the skill and grace of a trained athlete, I plant my face right in it. Ah!
Watch your step. We don't want another...
The woman's expression changes slowly as recognition draws on her face. Which is weird, because I've never seen her before.
You!
Me? Me? She turns on her heel and yells down the hallway.
Nathan! David! He's back!
2 more doors fly open, and a couple of guys about the same age as the woman come rushing out. One of them is wearing a shirt that says, "Real Football." The other has some sort of light sword strapped to his back. I think it's from the War Stars movies. War Stars movies. Yeah, sounds awesome. Both of them look panicked.
It's him!
Yeah. I think we covered that part already.
I can't believe the thief actually returned.
The what? Uh-oh, this can't end well. Real football reaches me first. He reaches down and grabs me by my arm.
Got him!
That sounds ominous. Real football pulls at my arm, and I grudgingly stand.
Good job, David. Take him to the lab upstairs.
The lab? Guess I'm in a horror film after all. I'd rather not be killed in a creepy school lab, though. That sounds like fun, but... let's play it serious this time. Hang on, I think you've got the wrong guy here.
No, I'm pretty sure you're the guy. Or did you think we wouldn't notice that someone broke in and stole our research?
Real football. David, apparently, tightens his grip on my arm. It's more constricting than I'd like. I think he works out. He gets regular exercise, at least. Wait, what? Yes. No, you definitely have the wrong guy.
That remains to be seen.
David gives me a tug, and I follow. It'll be easier to explain I'm innocent if I don't run. I just hope Aki's nearby. I could really use a bailout.
David, Nathan, take him in.
David escorts me down the hallway with the other two following close behind. War stars. Nathan, I guess, brandishes his light sword at me, as if it's a useful weapon of some sort. At the end of the hall, David ushers me into a small, sparsely furnished room. David guides me to one of the overstuffed chairs. It's not nearly as comfortable as it looks. There's a large mirror set in the wall on the opposite side of the room. Clearly, it's one of those one-way mirrors they use in lab testing. Am I in some sort of study room, which is about to become an interrogation room? Oh, I attract crazy people. So, hey.
Don't talk. We're not gonna consort with the likes of you.
Consort? Nathan raises a haughty eyebrow, but he doesn't deign to respond. Right, okay, no consorting. You guys wanna at least tell me why I'm here?
You're the guy who broke in.
Yes, I caught that part. Do you really think that? David shrugs. He almost looks bored.
I only saw the tape once. There's other stuff on my mind these days.
Hey, we're not supposed to consort.
I'm not consorting. Dude just wants to know why he's here.
Nathan points his light sword at me.
What if he's from Western? They've been trying to get their hands on our research for years.
I don't know, man. He doesn't look smart enough to be Western.
And you don't look smart enough to be here, real football. What? Even with the glasses? I'm hurt. The door swings open, cutting off any response that David might offer me. The young woman enters, carrying a slim brown folder. She sits across from me at the table and nods at David and Nathan. Did I say it? David and Nathan. They leave without a word. Well, I guess there's no question who's in charge here.
Are you comfortable?
Not particularly, but I'm going out on a limb here and guessing that's kind of the point. A thin smile appears on her face.
We use this room for sleep studies mostly. It's supposed to be neutral.
Oh. Well, it's very neutral. Good job. Or mediocre job, I guess. Her expression tightens.
I'm afraid we're still strangers. My name is Jupiter.
Interesting. Congai.
Unusual, but I suppose I'm not one to talk.
Exactly.
It's okay. You can laugh.
She pauses for a brief moment to search my expression.
Do you know why you're here?
That's a pretty deep question. Why is anyone here? Does humankind even have a purpose? Oh, I'm being a smartass and I love it. She stares at me without remark. I can't tell if she's amused or annoyed.
The campus may be a public university, but this lab is off limits to anyone without clearance. I'd like to know how you came to be wandering around alone in our hallway.
I'm here with the tour group. The, high school welcoming program or something.
A tour group of what? With no guide?
I sort of lost them. But hey, if you let me go, I can go look for them. Jupiter doesn't respond. I can't read her expressions at all.
Last Monday, someone broke into this lab and stole some very important research.
I should be ending this episode any time now. That's, too bad?
It is too bad. Thankfully for us, we caught him on film.
Am I a clone? She pulls a printout from the slim folder and slides it across the table towards me. The moment I see it, my heart sinks. No wonder this place looks familiar. On the table sits a grainy image I've seen before. The last time I saw it, we were digging through Mr. Allen's secret files after he died. He had a video file of me walking down a hallway, but I don't remember ever being in such a place. At the time, we assumed it was old footage from before I came to Edgewater. We didn't know why he had it, but it didn't seem too relevant. Apparently it was. I look up to see Jupiter studying my face.
So you recognize it?
Well, yeah, he looks like me. She shakes her head.
I mean, you've seen this exact image before. Where?
I can't exactly tell her I stole it from Mr. Otten's out after his death, can I? Screw it. It was in Mr. Otten's files. I went to his house for something.
Something.
She sounds It's one of those words. Incredulous, whatever. I can't really blame her.
William Otten, may he rest in peace, doesn't just invite people over to his place for a cup of coffee.
Well, I wasn't there for coffee. She leans in and lowers her voice.
And what were you there for?
That's classified. I try not to sound too smug, but it feels kind of nice to not be on the receiving end of the classified runaround for once. Jupiter presses on, undeterred.
Who are you?
Kongai. That's also classified, but I can tell you who I am not. I tap the photo on the table with my hand. I'm not him.
I don't have time for this.
She isn't buying a word I'm saying. I wouldn't either, so I can't blame her.
How's this? I won't press charges if you tell me who hired you to steal that. Was it Western State?
Who? There's a soft wrapping on the glass. Some sort of signal, I suppose.
Maybe you're telling the truth, maybe you're not.
She slides back in her chair and stands.
But we'll leave that for the police to sort out.
Gursky! The police? The door swings open with a slow creak. You have got to be kidding.
Well, this is the least surprising call I've got.
Oh no!
Well, this is the least surprising call I've gotten all day.
Stupid mouse. And on that note, I am going to end this episode here because Gursky's awesome and he's here again. Gotta love him. Anyway, this is the first part of Yousei. As usual, it's off to an interesting start, and I'm sure it'll continue that way. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more. So, goodbye.